Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your favorite person, Mana, again. We're back with another Rambles today. State of Play just happened at this point last week. A little bit late behind on the game, work, life, we chillin', we vibing, we chillin', we vibing. But today we're going to talk about Pacific presence at State of Play. I know I usually talk about let's talk about the whole State of Play, but there's two objects I want to talk about in the State of Play. And the first one is what we're going to talk about today, and it's going to be Capcom. Capcom coming in, full swinging, full force. Capcom said, hold my zebra cakes, and we're going to go ham today. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the two games that were presented at the State of Play. State of Play started off strong with one game, which we're not going to talk about first. We're going to talk about that second. But I want to talk about the first game, the second game they showed that we knew about. We knew about Street Fighter 6 was coming out. We had a teaser, a super boo-boo taco tease last month, I believe, about that game. Was it teased bad? No, it was fine. It's boom. We got it. That's what it was. We had a lot of controversy, not controversy, but a lot of people talking about, we don't like the art, this, that. But a lot of people picked together what was going to happen in Street Fighter 6. But we finally saw the game. We finally saw the bread. We finally saw the butter. We saw it. We saw it. And Capcom, they are nice enough to cut the butter and spread it over the bread for us. First of all, I want to say this because unfortunately, there is some stuff that came out that showed pretty much the full thing about everything almost in Street Fighter 6. I won't be going over that information, and I'm only going to cover anything Street Fighter 6 officially on my channel. With that said, I just want people, anybody watching this video, they're like, oh, you didn't mention this. It's like, I'm not mentioning that because I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about what's officially announced and which officially is out to the public for people to talk about. Because unfortunately, let's talk about it. Let's be honest, leaks suck. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, knowing a certain thing is one thing, but having, for a fighting game, a roster of characters shown beforehand, that's gonna kill the hype for the game. I really hope that doesn't hurt Street Fighter 6, because Street Fighter 6 needs a lot of love and a lot of care, and I think that could hurt it, but potentially it could do some good at the same time. But without further ado, I want to go into it. Street Fighter 6 starts off strong while having a actual world tour mode into the game, where it's going to have probably a single player type of mode. I don't know if it's going to be like an online lobby. That'd be such as online lobby, but we don't know if it's going to be a character creation or anything like that, but we know it has a world tour. And my first instance with world tour is from Street Fighter Alpha 3, if I'm correct. Street Fighter Alpha 3 has a mode where you can do specific battles, level up your character, level up your stats, stuff like that. That's what I want to see in this world tour. It looks cool. It's open world and Metro City, because it's cool. We get to see Metro City in like a different aspect, a different formation and whatnot. And it's like you can probably go around and learn, find different masters and learn their techniques to create your own unique Street Fighter. So that looks pretty cool. The first thing I want to throw off about this is let's talk some love about the RE engine. RE engine is probably one of the best things I've ever seen in gaming. I like it so much because RE engine can work with everything. It can make things look realistic. Street Fighter, it has its Street Fighter feel without being too over the top. Same thing with Devil May Cry 5. It looked amazing for that as well. RE engine ain't going anywhere, and I think Capcom has a really nice in-game aspect for their games. I would like to see, just randomly, I would like to see a Breath of Fire game in the RE engine. That would look very, very sick, because I think they can do a Ink style type Okami feel, but in RE engine for Breath of Fire. But that's a whole nother thing. I don't want to talk about that. Maybe that'll be a ramble for another day. But the RE engine in Street Fighter 6 is amazing. The fluence of the battles, the environments look really great. The characters that they show is awesome. Ryu look legit. You have Ryu, Chun-Li, then you have God dang it, I can't think of his name right now, and I have it written down. But the two new characters that they have coming out, and they look great. Formula-wise, the game is going to be good. I have no problems, no quarrels with Street Fighter 6. It actually wants me to pick up some sticks and actually learn how to play and pick it out. Game looks amazing, as you can see from these clips. It's amazingly looking. The physics is really good. The clothing moving. The hitboxes. Can't see the hitboxes, but everything is moving. Casually, and everything is just looks great for it. It looks really good. My hopes for is that it's going to have a nice amount of single player content for single player uses. Because believe it or not, a lot of people around the world, especially in America, don't have internet to play online. Believe it or not, I know it's 2022. I know you're probably like, well, man, nobody has online. Like, well, they need to get out of the gutters. Like, dude, there's countrysides, people that don't get internet. They can't play certain stuff. But they try anyway, and people will get upset because like, oh, we're lagging. But it's true. Like, not everybody has good internet or can get good internet. So it's very nice for companies to put single player modes in their games as long as it's good Capcom. We don't want a repeat of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Now, what do I say? Is it going to be a story mode? I don't think it's going to be a story mode. I just think it's going to be a world tour of character creation. They might add some story elements to it, but I don't think so. I wouldn't go that far for a world tour. I'll put like little cutscenes here and there, like introduction cutscenes if they come in, they come out, and whatnot. I still think a game still needs a solid arcade mode, versus mode, ranking mode, and any other added stuff that they want to add to it. Yes, please add that in. We need that Uchi headband. We need that stuff in it, and it will save the franchise so much. Also, one thing I did notice in the trailer too, it doesn't look like it, but it looks like it. They have character bio intros, so like character intros, before the match starts and stuff like that. Awesome, we love those. But something I didn't notice was they had Ryu and Chun-Li next to each other. Is that a tag team mechanic system? Because if they put tag, if they have a tag mode, that's amazing. That means they're like, Capcom's like, all right, we need to work on some stuff. Add tag, what the Versus series is based off, tag. So, not saying like, oh, we're gonna get a Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Oh, we're gonna get a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite 2. I just want them to explore on it because I agree with what Maximilian said. We need a Capcom versus. So hopefully Street Fighter 6 does really good, which I think it will do good. From what I've seen on it, it will branch out there. They can be like, all right, we need to try again with Versus, but we need to do it with in-house properties, and boom, make a really good in-house property fighting game. Hell, if they really want to test the market, set up a basic system, get a decent amount, get good graphics. Not just make sure you get the as long as you get the graphics good consistency of gameplay and stuff like that. Make that sucker free to play. I'm gonna get shunned, but make the Capcom versus free to play. Bank off costumes, because Capcom, that's what they did for Street Fighter 5. I know a lot of people might not like that, but it's a test to market to see like, oh yeah, if y'all really like this is here, this is what it is. Then within 2 years of content, then boom, there's the physical release or whatnot for people to go buy, because then like, oh yeah, but in 2 years time they might have 32 characters. Like day one they could put out like, okay, here's 10 characters day one, boom. Then they add it over time, and they fix the game, they constantly change it, they constantly change how they want to play the game and whatnot. Of course, it's not going to be focused on single player content and stuff like that. They want them people to play online versus matches, done, go about their business, There may be tournaments here, yeah. But that's my opinion on Street Fighter 6 overall. I don't want to go too far, go talk about the versus stuff, but Street Fighter 6 really looked really good. Please check out the full trailer whenever you get a chance. It's amazing. I know you'll like it. Chun-Li looks good. And I repeat, Ryu looks like Chris Redfield, even pissed. But anyway, go past that. They're going for atmosphere theme. Now, what I'm saying is, will this game be straight up Resident Evil 2 type horror type stuff? I was like, I don't think it's gonna go in that direction. I think it's gonna mess with you mentally in a way, like the game is gonna be weird because I think there's gonna be moments. I think Capcom's gonna get us at moments where not all the villagers are going to be infected. They're gonna be running away and stuff like that because they're gonna have the Las Plagas. I bet you this is gonna be like one of the things where they have it and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, don't hurt us, where they got us. Then they're gonna turn while you're trying to protect them and stuff like that. It gives you more of the thing element to the game. But I think they're gonna focus in on that horror and they're gonna focus in on the environment suspense, and I think that's a good thing for Resident Evil 4. Now, with that said, I know, and it's cool because you can hear it in the trailer. Leon is traumatized still from the events of 2, and plus whatever training that he learned by the government screwed him up too, and they might actually implement that. Sherry was taken by the government as well, and he's doing this because they have her and he wants her back. You know what I mean? So we might get more clue-ins on that information. We might get more clue-ins of what Claire is doing at this time. So let's add to more stuff that we see. We see the suspense. We see the lighting is great. We see all that. We see Ada, which Ada looks amazing, by the way. I know a lot of people are talking bad about Miss Ada. I'm like, oh, they changed her. They censored Ada. Like, just get out of here with that crap, man. Ada looks fine as she is. You can actually see things that was hinted in Resident Evil 2 that Leon told her to do, that she is in her outfit and cosmetic. Like, oh, she has a knife. It's like, dude, Leon warned you that in the remake too. It's like, it's cool. It's interesting. I'm very interested to see that. The chemistry where they're gonna have with Leon and Ada in this game, because for all he's concerned, she is dead. He doesn't know she is alive. This is gonna be really interesting because, like, yeah, in the classic game, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that. But this time around, it's gonna be different. I have a feeling that when they introduce it, Leon's not gonna believe it for a while. That Leon's gonna confront her and be like, okay, what's up? You know what I mean? Luis, the boy Luis, is in it. I have a feeling Luis will be playable. I have a feeling Luis will be alive a little bit longer than the original game. He might even have a split thing on it where he might be a villain in the first part, then he'd be like, oh, you realize you're actually good, and help you out on that point of front, which will be very interesting. Let's talk about the Maiden of Honor, Ashley Graham. Whoever the actress is, I haven't looked it up. I don't like looking up too much details in trailers and stuff like that. But whoever the model is absolutely gorgeous, and I 100% think she's going to do a wonderful job as Ashley Graham. I know a lot of people just hate Ashley for no apparent reason. I never had a problem with her. To be straight up honest, I really never had a problem with her. Everybody just think everybody's annoying. I guess everybody just gets annoyed quick with certain things, but for Ashley, I want her AI to be more involved. I know she is scared and stuff like that, so I know it's gonna sound stupid. I want Ashley to have a fear gauge. I want, if she's with Leon, her fear gauge is of course low because she's like, okay, but not at the beginning because she doesn't know you, so it's actually high. But like, I want her fear gauge is like kind of like there. But if her fear gauge like gets kind of crazy, she'll run off. And that's when you'd be like, you kind of have to like press like a button, be like, Ashley, what are you doing? Ashley, get back here. Ashley. And I know people be like, oh, D-Rock, that's stupid. We don't want that. But it's more realistic. Can you imagine like 10 villagers are like running at you? Ashley just freaks out and she just runs off. And you're just like, crap, Ashley, get back here. And you have to run, catch Ashley. You'd be like, Ashley. You have to like hold her, calm her. That's like, come on, we gotta go. It's like, head pat her, and you gotta go and run away. I think that'd be so cool. If you leave her around away for too long, she'll be like, Leon, where are you, Leon? And she'll be like, she'll look out, and if there's nothing out there, she'll get out and she'll look for you if you take too long. Also, if you're getting items and there's like items you miss, Ashley will pick them out or point them out. That would be amazing. Make her useful. That'd be really cool. It's like there's so much different ways. I'm like, I wouldn't even mind like a I don't want to say they can do no. I can say a skill tree, because if you know in Village you kind of have a skill tree. It'd be cool if Ashley had a skill tree. It's like, okay, she's more aware of items that drop. Ashley is more less keen to be scared about certain stuff. If there's a 2x4, Ashley will stun or distract enemies. That would be cool for her gameplay mechanics as well. I think Ashley's the most important part of the game for story and gameplay purposes. It can make the game. More suspenseful and put more fear in the game, which I think would be really, really good for that. Now let's talk about Leon. Like I said, Leon's probably messed up from the events of 2. Then we know from the events he gets the Lost Plagueis in the game. So let's say by having Lost Plagueis, there's temporary. I hate when I come up with these ideas because I feel like people would get so mad because like I hate that mechanic. That mechanic's so stupid. Like I want like certain mechanics, like when he's like getting when he got the Plagueis, where it's like Leon will like move on his own, or sudden moments. It's subtle. It's nothing longer than 5 to 10 seconds. Because if you do it any longer, people get this, like where like Leon won't aim, or he'll aim but he won't press the trigger, or like there's moments where like if you look at Ashley for too long, he'll start attacking Ashley. Same thing for vice versa for Ashley. She'll start attacking you, and you have to like hit her off of you, but not kill her. This kind of atmosphere. I think that would be really cool to add to that game. It'll be more suspenseful. If you also play Resident Evil Village, you know the map is open. So I want to say 4 will be like that too. I want to say for like the whole first part of the game, you can go anywhere you want, unless something gets destroyed or stuff like that. As for the acts of the game, I have no idea how they're going to do it, because I know there's rumors of stuff getting cut out, stuff like that, but there's also stuff I heard that wasn't in that trailer that is interesting. But I don't want to keep you guys for too much longer. I can ramble all about Resident Evil because Resident Evil is amazing, and I'm actually excited for March. March is going to be a good year, and we're going to have some good games coming out in the first quarter of 2023. Is that what we're in? Yes. I was about to say 2024, but yeah. So let me guys know what you guys thoughts on Resident Evil 4 remake. Let me know what your thoughts on Street Fighter 6. That is official news, and I'd love to hear what you guys think of who would you like to see. So who would you like to see? Actually, I got this for this. Who would you like to learn martial arts from in Street Fighter 6 story mode or World Tour mode? And in a Resident Evil 4, what kind of new mechanic would you like to see in Resident Evil 4 remake? I already told you what I would like. I would like to hear what you guys have to say. Hear what you guys like to say. And until then, until the next ramble, and I think y'all know what my next ramble is going to be. And until then, peace out, be safe, and remember to brush your teeth.